Dear Professor, hi, this is Jignesh. Last week we have studied about the ER modeling concept. How do we follow Peter Chen's model for creating ER diagrams? What is the importance of entity relationship? How weak entity and many-to-many relationship can be used, and how data can be like how the model can be derived from the conceptual modeling to the physical model. But keeping in mind and by understanding that I want to tell the same thing which I have done in my current project. As an architect, I have to design high-level design where I started with creating a conceptual model where I identified all the entities, major entities, and then once we got a client behind, I started doing into physical logical design and the physical design. Uh, one of the requirement of the application is to get the data from the data warehouse. For that, I have created lookup table, staging table, which was getting daily data from through Informatica ETL and storing to the tables. The major table of the applications are the order, policy results, uh, user, role, and privileges, and their auditing. So the relationship between user and role, relation between the role and privilege is many-to-many relationship. For that, I have created a join table, and I have also defined a cascade relationship. To anything changes in user table or anything changes in user role table, it will also remove the data from the user role or role privilege table. Uh, there was another requirement to define relationship between auditing table. So for that, I have defined user role audit and role privilege audit, and for that, um, once then I made a mistake. Instead of I define a cascade delete. So anything changes in the user role or role privilege table, it unfortunately deletes from the role audit table or role privilege table. So this is a good learning for me. This is a good learning for me that don't define any cascade relationship when it is not required. Uh, then I have an order table, which is a main table. I know it's a kind of major table for the application. It was getting maximum hit. So to avoid the performance impact, because it is joining with lot of other table, I took a little bit diversion. Instead of having a third normal form, I created a table where there's a little bit duplication of the data, so I don't need to do a lot of joins. Another interesting aspect is a few of our developers, wherein they're joining a table, they are getting data from the join table, even though it is not required, which was also making a performance hit. So that is something uh, it's interesting to know that don't join when it is not required. The second part is I have also a requirement where I have to define policy and policy result. But policy result is a weak entity, so there instead of creating primary keys using a sequences, I have used order run ID and the policy primary key to create a policy table. Uh, I think that's all from my end regarding uh, this is something. So I just want to tell this is something what I have implemented real time based on the whatever concept there in the books. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to explain my thoughts. Bye.